Our long national nightmare is over. Disney, ESPN, ABC, and et al. Have reached an agreement with YouTube TV, which means I and you can cancel that friggin' service and watch the base plan on YouTube TV for, by God, college football and the NFL. I had not wanted to talk about this until it was over because there was nothing to say until it was over because carriage disputes absolutely positively suck. But now we have good news to crow about. So that is what we are going to do. The statement released from ESPN says the Walt Disney Company has announced a multi-year distribution agreement with YouTube TV. In its statement, it says, as part of the new deal, Disney's full suite of networks and stations, including ESPN and ABC, have already begun to be restored to YouTube TV subscribers. I'm watching Clemson Louisville as I'm making this segment on the ESPN app, and I ain't happy about it because the interface has been garbage. It really sucks. I hate this. Meanwhile, YouTube TV released this statement. We're happy to share that we've reached an agreement with Disney that preserves the value of our service for our subscribers and future flexibility in our offers, a YouTube spokesperson said in a statement. This was to all the media outlets that reached out. Then it says subscribers should see channels including ABC, ESPN, and FX returning to their service over the course of the next day, which means that come 11 a.m., I expect to see ABC on my YouTube TV. Then we get to see, as well as any recordings that were previously in their library. We apologize for the disruption and appreciate the subscribers' patience as we negotiated this deal on their behalf. And as a part of the deal, the ESPN Unlimited part is going to be included for YouTube TV's base plan. I assume that their base plan is going to go up in price come 2026 when this thing is going to go in. This means that all the content on the ESPN Unlimited app will also be on YouTube TV. It's already costing quite a bit to have YouTube TV. When I first signed up for YouTube TV years ago, it was $40 a month. That was the base plan. It has since ballooned to damn near $90. But you know what? In this age of I don't want a cable distributor, I want to be able to just opt out of anything. Like I'm going to opt out of this ESPN app or opt out of YouTube TV if that's what I want to do. I want that option. And I'm a millennial. It means I grew up with the internet. It means there's nothing new on the internet to me. It means I know how to navigate the internet and I know where the cancel button is. And the one thing that was always horrible about cable is canceling it. Hearing my parents go through the rigmarole of trying to cancel or reestablish a service in a different area. Like in Tulsa, there are two places you can go. We ain't got the Spectrum and we ain't got the Comcast. We got the Cox and the AT&T. You either live in a Cox neighborhood or an AT&T neighborhood. Now you kind of live in both. But the thing about AT&T, and one of the reasons that I love where I live, is I got fiber optics running underneath the house, which means I got at least a gig up and at least a gig down, right? I can do anything I want. Gaming, this show, whatever, because I chose to live in a part of Tulsa where if you're a millennial, you're smart. Where if you are an Xer or a boomer, maybe you don't think that having broadband access is a good thing. I don't know how you navigate the internet. Oh, yes, I do. You call the kid that knows computers. I'm still the kid that knows computers in parts of my neighborhood. People call me up all the time to be like, hey, dog, how do I get to this and that? And the pass-throughs and whatnot. And now in this age where we are being more fragmented than we ever have been, oh, my God, this was really starting to get on everybody's nerves because the longer this went on, I think Disney and ESPN expected consumers, that be me, that be you, to side with them. And no. We like YouTube TV. We also like YouTube. And if you pay attention to, well, the share prices like I do, you know that YouTube itself, you go Google Alphabet, $365 billion a year. This is a very small piece of their business. So much so that they could afford to wait you out. I don't know that a network who makes its living bundling live sports together can make a lot of money. And then we got projections that was ESPN was losing about $4 million a day. And the number of people that watched its programming had gone down by about 15%. I think in large part because people either didn't want to use that app or they don't know how to navigate it. And I got to tell you, one of the most infuriating parts of all of this is trying to watch its programming for live events because it doesn't even allow you to begin watching the program or kick over to the program if you arrive there early. So if you were watching the college football playoff selection show and you tried to tune in at 6:50 or 5:55, that'd be 6:55 Eastern, 5:55 Central, you can't do it. It'll just tell you this event is not started yet. So you have to refresh it and opt out of the app, back out of the app, get back in the app, and refresh it again until such a time as it shows you live and you can watch live, in which case you don't catch it right at the start, which is ridiculous. You really need to work out your interface. It's not intuitive. One of the reasons that YouTube has been so good for so long is the interface is intuitive. It has not changed for damn near 20 years. Now they're talking about changing it, and I'm not sure that's a good thing. But I do know one of the most powerful parts of any utility is that everybody knows how to use it. When you are introducing something new to the ecosystem, people immediately are going to say, I don't want it. It's why we always get mad about our iPhones updating, because you're moving stuff around. Or I got to work in the Premiere and the Adobe suites. They be moving stuff around all the time. Leave my stuff alone. Stop changing my interface. If I could use Final Cut the whole time, I would. But no, I have to know Premiere. I have to know Photoshop. I have to know After Effects. I have to know Media Encoder. I have to know Lightroom. And y'all be moving stuff. InDesign, Illustrator, stop moving stuff. Stop introducing new ways for you to try to get more juice out of us. The price of living is not going down. It's going up. So now that you want to have your direct-to-consumer app, that's great for you. I'm sure somebody wants to use it. It ain't got no NFL Sunday Ticket on it. That's what YouTube TV has. And I get that you might be upset about that because you bought Red Zone, the NFL media, but that ain't a consumer's problem. Fixing this is the least you could do. It's the least you could do. Sign the deal. Find another way to make money by, I don't know, negotiating with the leagues better. Everybody's paying out the behind for the NFL. Find a way. Find a way. Good gosh, man. I'm moving stuff around even in the studio because this one apparently was one I needed to make and I needed to get out. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. I know sometimes it feels like I'm screaming into the microphone, but it's the emotion, it's the energy, and it's real. And sometimes you just want to be heard, fam. You just want to be heard. That's what it is. I wanted to be heard on this one. Perhaps they're listening to the rest of us now. Stop all this fighting. Do it on somebody else's time. Not on football season time. Garbage.